Place 5. Michelle Smith, Connie Jackson, Dennis Lewis. Okay, question number 1. The order will be Michelle Smith, Connie Jackson, Dennis Lewis for this first question. Ms. Smith, what do you see as the most significant challenge facing Rockwall today, and how would you deal with it?
Well, upon looking at the financial reports that I saw recently, we definitely have some economic issues that we need to. Can you hear me? Upon looking at the recent financial budget that came out, I think we have some fiscal issues we need to deal with. We do have some debt in this county, and it's very important to me that we look at how we can reduce the debt that we have, and also I think growth is, even though that's a wonderful, fantastic thing, I think that's an issue that we are dealing with. We need to look at ways to grow the community in a healthy way without increasing debt.
What do you see as the most significant challenge facing Rockwall today, and how would you deal with it?
I think, excuse me, I'm fighting a cold, so you're just going to have to deal with it. I don't know if you know, but I've been on planning and zoning for the last 10 years. What we are doing right now, which I think will be a big benefit for the city, is the Planning and Zoning Group and the Architectural Review Board are meeting together to figure out a way to streamline the cases that come to the city so that we're not bogged up in city council, we're not bogged up getting the review from the Architectural Review Board, and we're not hung up with planning and zoning. One of the ideas is kind of like the HOV lane. In other words, if they meet all of our city planning, all of our requirements, then let's stream on by and go straight, and get their cases approved. We have heard in the past that they're frustrated, that they're waiting too much time to get their cases approved, and so we really are working on this now, and with my 10 years experience, I think I have a way to push it forward. Thank you.
Well, I agree. I think our budget's our biggest problem. Our sales tax revenues are up this year over last year. The city council adopted a deficit budget, but the revenues are coming up. I think we need to continue to attract our retail business, as Justin said earlier, where the rooftops go, the retail's going to follow. And that's going to increase sales tax. We've got to have proper planning so our property values stay up, so our property values don't go down, and we increase our property taxes. I'd like to work with the Chamber of Commerce to bring more convention business to Rockwall. When conventioners come in, they spend money in our restaurants and our hotels. And, and you can always say it's real easy to fix the budget by layoffs, and I don't agree with that. And our business at Potter Concrete, we went from a head-to-toe audit to how can we do things more efficiently? How can we do more with less? And we cut significant money out of our budget. I think the city can do that as well. And our growth has to be properly planned as well.
Thank you. Question number 2, the order will be Dennis Lewis, Michelle Smith, Connie Jackson, and Mr. Lewis. Why do you wish to serve on the Rockwall City Council?
We're very fortunate in the city of Rockwall that we enjoy a high quality of life here. And Clarissa and I have benefited from that high quality of life. We enjoy living here. We raised 3 children here. We've paid for 3 college educations. We've paid for 2 weddings. And it's time for us to give back to the community that's been so good to us now. And I truly want to serve the citizens of Rockwall. I'm not in this for me. And you're not supposed to quote scripture in a campaign, but I'm going to do it anyway. Philippians 2:3 says, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves." And that's the way I try to run my life. I'm in it for the citizens of Rockwall and not for me.
Ms. Smith?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. After coming after Dennis, that was very good. I agree with Dennis on the scripture there. I really am a committed public servant. I have served on a state level, I have served on a community level, and I would be humbly honored to serve you here in Rockwall.
I think what is most important to me, why I want to serve, is because I'm a giver. It is so important to me to always give back, whether it's to my city, to my profession, or on Wednesday nights I feed the homeless. For the city, I've been on numerous boards. Why? Because I like it. And in my office, I do it because it's fun. I'm on the Wilson Foundation Committee, and we have an AIDS hospice in Africa. And I find that donating my time, I've had people say, but you're so stretched out. Well, I do better when I have things on my plate and they're piled up. You always ask the busy person, what more can they do, because they'll get it done. And so that's why I want to run for city council. My husband, my family support me 100%. They're my campaign managers, and they're just pushing me ahead. So that's why I want to do this.
Ms. Jackson.
What more can I say except I really want this job, not a job. I feel that in the 10 years that I've been on planning and zoning, I've been on the downtown committee, I've been on the shores oversight committee, I've been on the appeals board. I've dealt with lots of committees in this city. Why? Because I like the city. I moved here 13 years ago. I had been asked, won't you move back to Dallas? And I'm like, are you kidding? I mean, I really love this city. And I feel that with my experience with an architectural design firm, my experience on planning and zoning, I'll be one of the few people who would be on city council who has that type of experience and leadership, that when these cases come before us, I can help answer them and help the other council members who haven't had this opportunity. So I do want this job. Thank you.
Well, if you'd like to know more about me, you can go to dennisforrockwall.com. I'm Vice President of Potter Concrete Limited in Dallas. We're a large turnkey concrete contractor. When I started there in 1993, we were a small concrete contractor. Now we're one of the largest in the country. I feel like I have the leadership abilities and managerial abilities, and I'm used to making the hard, tough decisions every day, day in and day out. I'm not in this to start a public career. The city council is not a place for any unrealistic agendas. It takes practical knowledge and a business sense. It takes honesty and integrity and transparency and openness. And most of all, it takes a listening ear to you. The city council level of government is the most personal level of government there is. I would be honored to be your city councilman, and I appreciate your vote.
Well, my name is Michelle Smith, I'm sure you know, and I want to say that I may not have planning and zoning committee, and I may not be on a construction company, but I am a committed public servant, and I am the East Texas Area Director for Concerned Women for America. I represent 6,000 members in the East Texas area. If elected, if honored to be elected as your council member, I will serve you, the people of Rockwall, and I am committed to anything that you need from me.